Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for the 2017, the second class for 2017. And I believe we'll have the cadets come in now. We'll start with the invocation from Reverend David Ensman, who is a paramedic with the Division of EMS.
Please stand. God of creation, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this season, for this group of men and women who have committed themselves to serving the community of Cleveland by becoming City of Cleveland EMS paramedics and EMTs. We ask your blessing upon them as they fulfill this noble cause. Keep them safe in their endeavors to take care of those who are sick or injured. Let them have strength as they begin their shifts. Let them grow in wisdom as they prove their care to our residents and those who visit our city. Allow this experience to be more than just a job or a task, but a true cause to serve people. May they keep a positive attitude in their continuing education in emergency medicine. May they become true caregivers with regards for all. We ask this in your name. Amen.
I'd like to call forward Cadet Cameron Bott for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Mr. Bott. Please be seated. My name is Nicole Carlton. I'm Commissioner for the Division of EMS, and I'd like to welcome some special guests that we have. Mayor Jackson, Safety Director Michael McGrath. We have our Consular, who is our Public Safety Chair, Matt Zone. We also have our Public Safety Medical Director, Thomas Collins, who has spoken to you several times. In the audience, we also have Assistant Director Withers. Good morning, Director Withers, and Assistant Director Eckert, who oversees police and fire. EMS and fire, we are not police. I'd like to welcome everybody to this graduation and to understand the significance of the second class of 2017 that we've had, and it's in regards to issue 32 that passed last year. Mayor Jackson actually gave us 60 extra EMTs and paramedics out of the enhanced budget. And this is the second group, which is 30 plus some of our attrition. We have 39 graduating today. The significance and the importance is reducing our response times to the citizens and visitors who come into Cleveland. It's going to go up to 25 after they are done riding with their field training officers on day shift, and then 21 on night shift. They are making a significant impact over the last year from these two classes, the one before them that graduated, and then this class. So, Mayor Jackson, I can't thank you enough for your commitment to the Division of EMS and to the visitors and citizens of Cleveland. I would like to start off with remarks by Mayor Jackson. Mayor?
Good morning. And how are you this morning? Good. Well, I want to congratulate all the cadets and for your graduation today. This is the second class for 2017, and I know it was a lot of hard work, but congratulations. I also want to welcome you to public service and thank you for being willing to be a public servant. As was mentioned earlier, this is about public service, and public service is an honorable profession, but it is not made for everybody. But those who choose to do it and you do it right, you have the greatest opportunity to impact the lives of individuals, families, and community, particularly in your situation where you will hold somebody's life in your hand. So again, welcome to public service, congratulations, and thank you for your willingness to serve. So if you don't mind, if you could stand. And raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution and laws of the state of Ohio, the charter and ordinances of the city of Cleveland, obey the rules and regulations and orders of the Division of Emergency Medical Service, and will discharge the duties of my office with professionalism and character to the best of my knowledge and ability, providing quality care to all those in need. So help me God. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ann. Next, I'd like to introduce Matt Zone. He's a councilman for Ward 15, and he is also the public safety chairman. And he is a great supporter of the Division of EMS. And I guess I can go into a little bit of his story and why he supports EMS so much. And if you guys had the history lesson when you were in the training, back in 1975 when EMS was founded, it was actually pushed forward in the city by the councilman's mother after her husband and Matt Zone's father had passed away, and there was a long response time for medical care for him. And at that time, there was a big push to bring EMS on board as an ambulance provider and separate from the Division of Fire and Police to actually care for the citizens and visitors of Cleveland. So his heart has always been with EMS and continues to be, and he's a great supporter of the Division of EMS. Councilman?
Thank you, Commissioner Carlton, for that generous introduction. Congratulations. Look at all of you. Some of you are sitting there, you have such a serious look on your face. Some look a little scared. Some look like really excited. But today's a great day. First of all, Cameron took a lot of courage, man. I couldn't do what you did. You did a great job on the national anthem. Great job. And Reverend Ensign, your message was so important, so thank you for that. To Mayor Jackson, Safety Director McGrath, Commissioner Carlton, all of those in EMS, I want to recognize also CARE President Nemeth. You are coming to a wonderful family. EMS is a very special place, and as the mayor said, public service is an honorable profession, and we need honorable people who are willing to take that call. And each and every one of you are up for the challenge. You have been trained by the best training individuals in the country, under the direction of Dr. Collins, who's just a magnificent physician and an even better human being. And I know that all of you are going to be prepared and ready for the challenge. You also have a pretty cool flag. So I don't know if some of the family know about that, but each class designs their own flag and kind of represents the spirit of the class. So I'll let your family members tell you that story at some point down the road. To the family members, this is a tough job. They're going to be stretched to the limits, and sometimes they're going to come home experiencing a very difficult situation. And maybe they might not want to talk about what happened, but that's okay. Just, love them, support them, be there for them, and just know, all of you, that this hall is full with a bunch of people who love and support you. So Godspeed to each and every one of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman. Next, I'd like to introduce the Safety Director, Michael McGrath. And for those of you that don't know Director McGrath, he's had a long-standing career with public service, not only with the city of Cleveland, but another city. But he was police chief and has been a safety director for many years. So, and he is a supporter of EMS as well, because he remembers back in the day before EMS started that he was actually part of the responsibility of police was to take care of the medical needs of the citizens. So he was out there transporting patients as well. So, Director?
Commissioner, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is a great way to start the holiday season, isn't it? It's got to make you feel really good. On behalf of the men and women of public safety, we'd like to congratulate you and welcome to our family under public service. Family and friends that are here today in attendance, you should be very proud. You should be very proud of the career path your loved ones have taken and what they've already accomplished. So you should be really feeling good too, because they've done a great job over the weeks here preparing to be here today and graduate. To the graduates, you are embarking on a profession that is not suited for everyone, and I'm sure you know that by now. It is a profession where every day when you go to work, you'll be called upon to make instantaneous decisions. These decisions that may or may not affect another person's life or their family's life for eternity. I think that's an awesome responsibility. And I'll say it again, that is an awesome responsibility. I know of no other profession that is placed in those situations. But being attentive to the needs of others can be messy, it can be painful, and almost impossibly difficult. It takes special people, a special person to provide this service to the community day by day. And in order to sustain this service, there's a key word, and that word is compassion. Y'all have it in your hearts. You have that compassion in your hearts this morning, or you wouldn't be here today. Trust me. Keep it close. Keep it close to your hearts. Now, I know a lot of you are experiencing many different feelings today. Anxiety, fear, excitement. I know you're all excited. Doubt. Those are all normal feelings. There are those of you here today also that feel you may not be ready for this awesome responsibility. But believe me, the Academy staff and Dr. Collins are the best of the best, and they have prepared you with the necessary tools to be successful. So now it's up to each one of you At this time, I'd like to acknowledge the Commissioner Carlton and her staff for an outstanding job coordinating this particular academy. Thank you. Thank you very much. Dr. Collins, for your leadership and oversight. You're the pillar, sir, and I greatly appreciate it. And to sum this up, and it's on the it's on in our brochure, our recruitment brochure, and it says the greatest privilege is the opportunity to care for others. I would encourage you to get a copy of this and put it in your locker. And I'll read it again. The greatest privilege is the opportunity to care for others. And the most important word here is privilege. You earn this privilege. Please respect it. Respect it throughout your careers. And one other thing, like it or not, you'll come through a line here and you're going to get your badge. When you put that badge on, you all become heroes. And hero is a pretty awesome word too. But you're heroes in the eyes of your family and friends, Mayor Jackson, myself, and most importantly, this community. And hold that closely dear to you also. You're heroes, starting today. God bless you, speed you, and please be safe out there. And once again, congratulations, and everyone have a great holiday. Thanks.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to introduce the Public Safety Director, Medical Director, Thomas Collins, and he has served as a medical director for the divisions of EMS and fire for over 20 years now. And what that means is that as EMTs and paramedics, we cannot operate independently with our own licenses, that we have to have a physician through which we are able to provide care to the community. And Dr. Collins has been very selfless and a very compassionate caregiver for us in allowing us to work under his license. Dr. Collins?
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mayor, Director, Councilman, and a special thank you to Commander Lau and all the Academy instructors for really all the efforts you put into helping these fine young men and women get ready to be here today. Is everybody doing well? It's a good question for a doctor to ask, okay? So many things I want to share with you as I was walking up to the podium. But selfishly, I want to tell you the feeling I was having. Originally, I wasn't going to be here today because I was scheduled to work in the ED, but I switched my shift, and so I'm working at 3 o'clock today, okay? And when you go into work into an ED, especially on a Monday, you know it's going to be busy. For some reason, Mondays are always the busiest days in the emergency department. But when you go into a work, especially at a place like Metro, you know you're going to be busy, and you want to be able to rely on things that are going to help you take care of patients. I normally have wonderful residents and nurses and medics in the ED, and my surgeons and orthopedic doctors and intensivists will be ready. But the other thing that crossed my mind is, the other thing that makes me excited and calm as I go to work is I can rely on all of you in the division of EMS to know that the care that my patients are getting, even before they get to my door or any door of any emergency department in the city, they're going to have phenomenal care by smart, intelligent, compassionate people. And I see that exemplified day in and day out by this division. And so you all are joining a culture of incredibly compassionate and smart professionals. And I think professional is the right word, because you do a complex task. You do it over and over again, and you make it look easy. Situations that you'll be in will completely paralyze most people in our society, yet you know exactly what to do. You do it effectively, you do it calmly, then about 45 minutes later, you're doing it all over again. So I was, it warmed my heart, Commissioner and Director, when you talked about the saying on the recruitment motto. That's a spin on something that Dr. Jonas Salk is quoted as saying. Dr. Salk was the researcher that came up with the polio vaccine. And he said that the greatest reward for doing is the opportunity to do more. And as you think about what we do in EMS, there are certainly phenomenal things that you will do in resuscitating people and bringing them back to life and delivering babies and allowing a horrifically injured trauma patient leave the hospital 2 months later and to go back to their families. But there's going to be a whole bunch of little things that you'll do for people too that may not be as dramatic, that may not make the news, but you'll be making their days better. You'll be helping them on the path to healing and recovery. And I want you to pay attention to all those little privileges too that you'll be asked to do, and it will be your gift to your patients. So on behalf of not just myself as your medical director, but all the physicians in Cleveland that you'll be helping care for their patients, not just the emergency medicine physicians, but like I said, the OB doctors, the cardiologists, the stroke doctors, the trauma surgeons, all these people that are helping to want their patients better, I want to say thank you. On behalf of all the nurses and medics and all the EDs, welcome to the family. Okay, but most importantly, on behalf of the patients, thank you. Thank you for sharing your gift of wanting to care for other people with the citizens and the visitors to Cleveland. In this season of giving, your gift of yourselves to everybody else is just a wonderful thing. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Collins. And I'd like to also say thank you for coming to Councilman Marty Kane. He just walked in. Thank you for coming. And I'm just going to say a few words and then talk about a story about why this class is important to myself. And I know it seems like only yesterday that we were interviewing you to actually come and work for Cleveland EMS, and everybody's excited and ready to go. And then you start class, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I'm back in school again, and I have sergeants telling me what to do. You eventually came together as a class. I know it took a little bit, but you guys became supportive of each other. When you have such a large group, when you have all these different personalities and everybody's different backgrounds, eventually you meshed and gelled and were supportive. And even that last person who needed to finish the agility, you guys stuck through and supported that person. And I appreciate it. And your journey now to work with your field training officers comes next. And during the interview process, and I don't want to call a certain cadet out, but for the last class we were interviewing somebody who had just finished EMT school and they were struggling with the National Registry, and all of you are aware, and I'm sure your families, that the registry test is very difficult. And we interviewed this person, and he yet was not an EMT, but he had finished class, and he really, really wanted to work for Cleveland EMS. And he's a resident, he lives in the 4th District, and he came several times a week studying with our staff so he could pass the EMT portion of the National Registry. And he came and came until he was able to successfully complete it, and he is amongst you guys today. And Tremaine, you know, I applaud you for your effort. And I don't want to call you in front of everybody, but your dedication to serving the citizens of Cleveland, you know, it really means a lot to me in this class especially, that you came through, you studied hard until you were able to pass, and you didn't give up, you never quit. So I want to say thank you, Tremaine. Mr. Stanley, you have a story to tell everybody. I'm assuming you told it to all of your classmates, but I appreciate it. And you got, the next road is paramedic class, so, keep pushing. You can do it. You got to have faith and believe in yourself. And there may be days where you may feel challenged, whether you're trying to start and get hired with Cleveland EMS or as you work in the field. There's going to be days that are going to seem very overwhelming and emotionally draining to you. And I just want you to understand that it's normal. There may be days where you want to cry, that you take care of somebody and it was very emotionally draining to you. And the emotions that we deal with are a normal part of what we do. And it's normal to feel stress and to be overwhelmed at times. But that's when we talk it through, we discuss it, we talk about our emotions so we can continue caring for the community like we plan to do. You must never stop learning, and you must continue to grow as a paramedic in your knowledge of either paramedicine or as an EMT as you are going through paramedic school. And remember the human side of what you do with others. You are going into people's homes, they're entrusting you with their lives and to take care of them at their worst possible moment. So they're welcoming you into their home to take care of them. And they're calling you when they don't feel very good or a family member is hurt or injured. Don't ever take that lightly because, like we keep saying to you, it is a privilege. Now it's your time to make a difference in the lives of those who we serve on a daily basis, and I want to say congratulations to you. And now for the presentation of certificates, Sergeant McHugh, if you want to come up. And we're going to do our receiving line, Councilman, Mayor, Director. Dr. Collins.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It's been a long 13 weeks, and I'm very well aware that it's been a little bit of a struggle, but I want to thank you for your support for our cadets, and for not giving them a hard time when they come home in the evening and they're too tired because they're doing homework, or they're physically exhausted from the agility. They work very, very hard, and they should be very, very proud of the patches that they wear on their shoulders today. They walked a little taller coming in here, I can tell you that. A little bit. So thank you very much. I also want to take just a second to thank my coworkers that helped me through this class. It's a big class to do. So Sergeant Duff, Sergeant Smith, Sergeant McGaw, I truly appreciate you very much. Thank you. All right, we're going to start. So if I can have EMT Sharon Alexander step up. EMT Aksada Balak. EMT Joseph Barbosa. EMT Kyle Bayhoff. EMT Kevin Begin. Paramedic Todd Bonzel. Paramedic Cameron Bott. Paramedic Dominique Bouillet. Paramedic Adam Brightway. EMT Rose Britton. Paramedic Benjamin Brown. Paramedic Mark Burkhardt. Paramedic Steven Sahovic. Paramedic Andreas Charlambas. Paramedic Kevin Dominic. EMT Sean Doherty. EMT Mark Fletcher Magda. Paramedic Megan Frederick. Paramedic Miranda Hasaruni. EMT Brittany Hazelhurst Davis. Paramedic Kimberly Hess. Paramedic Anthony Hinkleman. EMT Andrew Hulvey. EMT Jordan Israel. EMT Jake Jeffries. Paramedic Kayla Callgreen. EMT Morgan Kalina. EMT Devin Kernia. Paramedic Joseph Kowalczyk. EMT Aaron Luciano. Paramedic Michael Lynch. Paramedic Kyler Novak. Paramedic Matthew Purty. EMT Jared Solomon. Paramedic Michael Stamper. EMT Tremaine Stanley. Paramedic Ryan Strezoff. Paramedic Timothy Wagner. EMT Marquise Moten. And that is our graduating class. Can we give them a round of applause? You can be seated. At this time, I'd like to call up their class president, Kevin Begin, so he can give his speech.
Well, hello, everybody. How's it going? All righty. So I have had the honor of going through the last 14 weeks with these wonderful men and women. Let's begin with week one, day one. Everyone arrived early and we were met by Sergeant McHugh in the classroom. I had the intention of keeping my head down, speaking only when spoken to, and laying low throughout the entire academy. Well, that failed. I planned on not trying to be my usual self, but as hours passed, I realized how awesome every single one of you guys are. And that plan went right out that window. Well, an imaginary window. We don't have windows in our classroom. Alrighty, as the day went on, we met all of our academy sergeants. One sergeant really stood out, and I'm sure we're all thinking of the same one. The first thing the sergeant said was, "I'm Sergeant McGaw, and I'm here to round you out." We had no idea what we had just gotten ourselves into. It did not take long to find out how important it was to pay attention to detail. When we had one slip-up, we dreaded hearing 3 words, find some space. The McGaw Dictionary defines space as an area on the ground where a cadet can use it to work out and wipe their tears. Every morning, we would try our best not to hear these words. Shirts would be ironed multiple times, boots shine until you could see your face in them, and pants that just never seemed to be perfectly creased down the pant legs. Even though we tried so hard every morning, somehow we would always hear these words, find some space. As weeks went by, we realized that this was not going to be as easy as we had hoped. This was especially proven true as we completed our first agility test. Not being able to walk is an understatement. I'm sure the sergeants were just as worried as we were about us not being able to pass this test. However, little did we know, every time we heard the famous saying, find some space, that it was going to help us get ready for that final test. When week 6 came, we had gotten the hang of things. We were learning to think and act as a team. When one person messed up, we took the blame together. But especially when someone called a certain Sergeant McGruff. I mean, it was funny, but we knew it would not be long until we heard, find some space. When we reached the 6th week, tests had been coming at us left and right. Studying became harder because over the weekends, we would have ride time, homework, and for some, a family to take care of. Through hard work and perseverance, we were able to pass these tests. I have never been a part of a group that was so dedicated to pushing themselves harder and harder. For that, you shall all be proud. Fast forward to week 12. This was our final testing week. We were all nervous for Wednesday. Wednesday was that PT test. I thought because of how hard we worked in and out of class that this test was going to be a breeze. Once again, no one could walk. This did not stop us from cheating on every one of our classmates, though. We knew what we had to do, and we did it. I thought hard that night about how there would be no way we would work out in the morning. Well, I was wrong. That morning, it didn't take 10 minutes to hear, find some space. Week 12 consisted of tests one right after the other. One of the most important tests was a functioning test. Cadet after cadet, we passed. When someone needed a little extra studying, there was always a cadet there to help. We learned so much during this academy, from mapping to medications to integrity tests to learning to drive that massive ambulance. But the best part about learning something new is actually using it in real life. These wonderful sergeants prepared us for this. It was awesome to be on ride time and suddenly have a call where everything you learned that week presented itself. It's an amazing feeling when you're looking at a patient remembering, oh my gosh, I just learned that on Wednesday. I have no problem doing this. Classmates, right now, I want you to look at your family and friends. Without their love and support, we would not be able to succeed. Never forget what they have done for you and how they have supported you throughout your entire lives. Because of you, family and friends, we would not be the loving, caring, and selfless people we are today. Throughout this academy, I've gotten to know each and every one of the cadets. Words cannot describe how proud you should be of them. They have accomplished tasks that you would not believe that they could ever do. Academy Sergeants, you have done everything you can to prepare us for this day. You did not quit on us even when we thought about giving up. You have seen us at our worst. There were days when cadets made infractions, when tears were shed, and when some wanted to leave, but you encouraged us to keep pushing ourselves. You have molded us to be the best people we can be and to be the best EMTs and paramedics possible. Throughout this academy, you have learned a lot about us. Well, we have learned a lot about you. We have learned how much this great city of Cleveland truly means to you. You have taught us everything we need to know to make sure that each and every patient is treated by the best and only the best. Sergeant McHugh, we would like to thank you personally because without you, this academy would not be as great as it is. Without you, this academy would not be the same either. We have forever been indebted to you for what you have taught us in the last 14 weeks. Commissioner, these men and women are ready. I say this with complete confidence. I know how hard they have worked to be here right now. I promise you, you will not be disappointed with the performance in the field. Finally, classmates, we are no longer cadets. We are brothers and sisters. I would like to personally thank each and every one of you. Without your friendship and encouragement, I do not think I could have made it through this academy. When anything went wrong, you were always there to help. We have just completed an academy not everyone can. The things we have done and seen, and the things to come, take a very special kind of person. I know the patients are in good hands because when I look at all of you, I can see how intelligent, loving, and caring you all are. We now have multiple responsibilities. We all know why we're here. We have to serve the city of Cleveland the best we can. We have to make sure that each patient gets the best medical care that they can receive. People will look to us when they're at their worst. Some may even look to us to save them. We are Cleveland EMS. We are not afraid to put others before ourselves. We know what we have to do and how to do it. Let's make the citizens of Cleveland know that too. One really important responsibility that we have is to always be there for each other.
We are a family now. We take care of each other, have each other's back, and if there's anything anyone needs, know that we have each other. We cannot do this job without one another. We will forever be related to each other. For the last 14 weeks, we have only known each other as cadet, and we're not allowed to know first names. Well, brothers and sisters, my name is Kevin, and I cannot wait to learn your first names. Mayor Jackson, Commissioner, Sergeants, families and friends, and you, Flats Cats, we have found our space. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Great speech. We will close with the benediction from Father Ensman.
Please remain seated. I was looking up Father Michael Judd. He was the chaplain of the New York Fire Department and was killed in the World Trade Center, and was listed as the one that was the first one to die in the line of duty. The day before he had died, he was giving a presentation at a rededication of a fire station. And he wrote some things that are very apropos to us today. One of his fellow monks found this, and I was looking it up online, and I found this to be very much close to our hearts. Good days and bad days, sad days, happy days, but never a boring day on this job. You do what God has called you to do. You show up. You put one foot in front of the other. You get on the ambulance and you go out and you do the job, a mystery and a surprise. You have no idea when you get on the ambulance, no matter how bad or how serious. You have no idea what God is calling you to. But we know one thing. He needs you. He needs me. He needs all of us. Let us stand and bow our heads. God of all creation, we praise and thank you for this day, for the new members of Cleveland EMS. They stand before us as a testimony of your uncompromising love for all your people. May they be instruments of that uncompromising care and concern for all they come in contact with. May they be living examples of what makes the people of Cleveland special and unique and great. May God bless us all during this holiday season. Amen.
This concludes the ceremony of this graduating class, the second class of 2017. Mayor Jackson, it is a privilege to serve as Commissioner under you, Safety Director McGrath, Dr. Collins, and Councilman Zone. Family and friends, thank you for allowing your loved ones to be with us and for enduring the last 14 weeks. Everybody's welcome, so some light refreshments at EMS headquarters. Thanks to our Metro Health Medical Center for providing that, and thank you.